matter what the choices you're doing, it's always going to be an experience. And the game is infinite, and you can have whatever experience you want in this game. No matter what you are looking for, you will always find it. And it will be possible for you to have an experience with it. There really is no limits. If you want to drive a lot of fancy cars, then you can do that. If you want to go to Africa and build a water filtrating system for starving, thirsty children, then you can do that too. If you want to get married and have a family and children and live that type of life, then you can do that. But certain things will be more beneficial for a Source player, because there will always be pros and cons to your choices and to the experiences. And the more you recognize the truth of the game, the less of a desire you might have to experience certain things. Why would you want to go to Africa and create a water filtration system for thirsty children? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to get married? Why would you want to have children? Of course, it will all be a beautiful experience if you are high enough frequency to look back at it with a positive mindset. You will have the ability to learn from these experiences. But on a higher frequency, there are just certain things you simply don't want to do. You see them for what they are, and there is no true value in that experience for you. Why would you own a super fancy car? There's a lot of costs that come with it. Not only the price for the car, but you need to keep it clean and maintain it and make sure the paint don't scratch. It's pros and cons to everything. You could of course rent a car. Rent a beautiful car if you want to try one. So everything is possible in this game. You can do whatever you want. Absolutely everything is possible, except from a few things. Whatever you want to create will be things that you resonate with in a way. But for you to have that experience, you need to resonate with it. And there are certain things a Source player in this simulation simply cannot resonate with. As a Source player, you would be able to imagine whatever you want, but it doesn't mean you will be able to harmonize into it and have that experience. And like I said, certain things just isn't possible for you to experience. You simply can't hit that vibration. You can't hit that frequency. You cannot resonate with it. It will be impossible for you to experience. For example, killing another Source player. It's not possible. You simply just don't want to when it gets to it. You will get such a good Source Self connection that you simply just don't want to. And it couldn't happen in an accident even. You simply don't resonate with that type of a situation. It cannot happen. You cannot get raped. It's absolutely impossible. Or get held hostage. You cannot even get a gun pointed at you, or a knife. You cannot drown or burn. You cannot lose any limbs, cut off your finger or your arm or your head or your legs. It's impossible. You don't resonate with it, and you never can. Yes, you might be able to imagine what it would feel like or look like or be like, but you simply cannot go there. It's impossible. I'm sure these are things you might have been afraid of in your life. It would be completely horrible to burn to death or to get attacked by a shark, but you simply cannot. So these things will simply be impossible for you to experience. It's no chance whatsoever. These sorts of things will be pretty much the only thing you cannot experience. As a high frequency Source player, it would be very less likely that you would want to buy a brand new sports car. You just don't resonate with it, and you don't find it interesting, and you don't want to think about it even, you simply just don't care. If you would really want to drive one, well, you would just rent it. So this should give you an idea of what is possible in this game. Every other experience you can possibly think of, for the experience sake, will be possible for you, if it's something you want to experience. So these things I mentioned are simply just safety measures. To keep you safe, it's not things source want to experience. And outside of these things, it will be you who decide what is impossible. Will it be impossible for you to forgive someone? Well, if you think it will be impossible, then it will be impossible. That is what you will create for yourself. If you think it will be possible, it will be possible. If you think it will be impossible to earn enough money to do a lot of fun things, to have a lot of nice experiences, well, then it will be impossible. If you think it will be possible, it will be possible. And that goes for everything. Anything you can possibly think of. If you think it will be impossible, well, then it truly will. And vice versa. If you think it will be possible, it will be possible for you. And that is, of course, except these things that I just mentioned, these extreme situations. You just can't create that for yourself. So reflect a little bit on what has been said now. Are there things that you really want to experience that you think will be impossible for you? Or even difficult? Have you been afraid of any of these things that I mentioned? That you now could realize that you don't really have to be afraid of at all. There is no point to it. It's a waste of your time. It puts a big limit to your freedom and your happiness. Because there really is no point. You can not experience these things. You simply cannot resonate with it. You can't get into that situation. You cannot have that experience. Reflect on the things you want to do and recognize how you think about these things. Are you keeping the door open, or do you believe it have to be closed? Because it's totally up to you.